Not every scent leaves a mark, but some just stick with you. Today we're exploring men's fragrances that effortlessly command attention and linger long after. I'm sharing some stylish, sexy scents that give off confidence, charm, and just a right touch of mystery to make heads turn. Quick heads up, all of these fragrances perform really well. Some are beastly than others, but they all deliver great longevity and sillage. I thought I'd mention that now instead of repeating with each one. So if you're curious about what scents truly catch a woman's attention and the mood they set, stay with me. Let's dive in. So the first on the list is Muse by YSL. This one is smooth, mysterious, and quietly captivating. So right away you get this cool, clean, sharp touch from lavender and clary sage. It's aromatic and fresh, but not in a typical way. It's more of a woody freshness, like pencil shavings, subtle, refined, and almost zen-like. But then it starts to shift. The orris steps in with this buttery, powdery softness that feels elegant, like polished skin, but with a refined edge. Then there's this ink note, dark, slightly metallic, a little earthy. It brings this moody, artistic edge, like a whispered statement that leaves a lasting impression. All of this is wrapped in this ambery, woody, musky undertones with a subtle leathery nuance that gives it warmth and structure. The vanilla doesn't scream sweetness either. It's just enough to soften the edges and add a sensual depth. It feels effortlessly stylish. It's cool, it's modern, creative, and a bit androgynous. Perfect for a man who doesn't follow trends. He sets the tone just by walking into the room. Someone who does not chase attention but naturally stands out. Next, I have Tobacco Honey by Guerlain. Now, this is decadent. Tobacco honey is rich, warm, and indulgent, like golden syrup dripping over cured tobacco leaves. This has the most realistic honey I've ever smelled in a fragrance. Rich, golden, and just the right amount of wild. It's sweet, but not in a simple way, more like dark, sticky sweetness wrapped in something smoky and smooth, something deeper and moodier. This is golden honey with a twist, wickedly sensual and strangely intoxicating. There's a subtle smokiness here, resinous and gently spiced with just the right amount of complexity. It's sensual without trying too hard, comforting, a little mysterious, and quietly seductive. Underneath it all runs a soft creaminess, tonka bean, sandalwood, smooth sandalwood, maybe even a whisper of oud, adding this depth without weighing it down. It's plush and it's warm. It's slightly offbeat in the most intriguing way with this almost hypnotic addictive pull. The base is warm, ambery, woody, and perfectly blended, elegant without being flashy. It's the kind of scent that doesn't shout but still holds every bit of your attention. Luxurious, intimate, and effortlessly sexy, like a secret you wear on your skin. Next, I have Jubilation 25 by Amouage. This smells like royalty, like velvet robes and ancient libraries and candlelight. It opens with this beautiful mix of blackberry and honey, sweet but in a dark, luxurious way. Then you get this frankincense rising through, adding this smoky, mystical depth that makes it feel almost sacred. There's a touch of oud in the base, and it's done with such finesse, not loud or animalic, but smooth and quietly powerful. It's beautifully woody, beautifully ambery and musky. The whole scent is rich, layered, and steeped in elegance. You can almost picture an old world nobleman or a king who's seen empires rise and fall, wise, composed, but still carrying a quiet sensuality. It's refined, regal, but also a bit sexy in that I've lived, I've seen things kind of way. This is one of those scents you notice, like you catch a whiff and you have to know who's wearing it. Next, I have African Leather by Memo Paris. Now, this is a statement scent. African Leather is bold, wild, and completely unforgettable. From the very first spray, it hits you with this spicy, aromatic burst, cardamom, saffron, and a touch of cumin. It's fiery, but in a smooth, elegant way, not harsh or abrasive. Then the leather starts to rise, not a heavy, oily leather, but something drier, more refined, almost like worn suede under the desert sun. It blends beautifully with warm woods and earthy patchouli and musky undertones, giving it a rugged, masculine edge without feeling rough. There's something magnetic about this scent, like it carries stories from faraway places. It feels adventurous, primal even, but still incredibly polished, like a well-traveled man who's seen the world and picked up a sense of quiet confidence along the way. And even though it's called African leather, it's not big on leather. It's warm, spicy, slightly animalic, and undeniably sexy. Definitely not your everyday scent, but when you wear it, people notice. This is one of those fragrances that fills a room, lingers in the air, and makes you feel powerful. Not in a loud way, but in a you know who you are kind of way. African leather is pure charisma in a bottle. If you're looking for something bold, elegant, and a little bit wild, this is it. Next, I have Ganymede by Marc-Antoine Barrois. I love this fragrance. I absolutely love it. Ganymede is different in the best way. This isn't your typical warm and spicy kind of scent. It's cool, metallic, and slightly salty, almost like whetstone and leather wrapped in sunlight. There's this mineral ozonic brightness running through it that feels clean and futuristic, but never cold. The leather here isn't dark or animalic. It's soft, smooth, and elegant and airy. And there's a whisper of mandarin that lifts the whole thing, just enough to keep it airy and light. It smells like luxury, but in the most minimal, refined way. No sweetness, no loudness, just balance, precision, and quiet confidence. It's sexy because it doesn't try too hard. You don't wear Ganymede to impress. You wear it because you already are that cool guy in the room. Next, I have Oko to Desert by Tower Perfumes. This one runs deep. It's rich, earthy, and has this dry, smoky amber that feels almost timeless, like sun-baked sand, desert wind, and ancient wood all rolled into one. There's a resinous warmth to it, like incense quietly burning somewhere far off. And underneath, a dry, woody base gives it this sense of stillness, like you're standing alone in a vast, open landscape with only your thoughts. It's comforting and pleasant, but also dark, spicy, and quietly seductive. There's a slightly animalic edge to it, nothing harsh, just enough to make it mysterious and incredibly sexy. No leather in here, I think, but it still gives a deep masculine richness some leather scents try to create. It's unisex, but there's an intensely masculine edge to it. It leans into and becomes one with a refined, dressed up man, someone who understands niche compositions, someone mature, rooted, and confident in who he is. It's not a loud fragrance, it doesn't shout, it whispers, but with presence and purpose. To me, this is a woody ambery masterpiece, introspective, sensual, and quietly unforgettable. It's that quiet storm kind of vibe, the one that pulls you in without saying a word, like the person you can't stop thinking about, but you can never quite figure out. Next, I have Coromandel by Chanel. Coromandel is pure elegance with an edge. It's warm, resinous, and just a little mysterious, like stepping into an old world library lined with lacquered wood and velvet drapes, where everything feels intentional, rich, and quietly opulent. There's this gorgeous contrast at play, sweet ambery benzoin and creamy white chocolate like patchouli, grounded by a whisper of soft, airy incense. It feels luxurious, but never loud, earthy, little spicy, slightly powdery, and deeply comforting. It smells expensive in the most timeless Chanel kind of way, effortlessly classy, but with a subtle depth that pulls you in. Worn close to the skin, it becomes something personal and enveloping, a scent that feels like home for someone who's always been drawn to beauty with soul. I've said this before, it's got that unmistakable CEO energy. It smells like success, like money, and it's not one you easily forget. It lingers in your senses and in your memory, an absolute classic. Coromandel isn't just a fragrance, it's a mood, a moment, and a signature. And that's it for today's lineup of some of the sexiest, most stylish fragrances for men. Let me know in the comments which ones you've tried or which one sounds the most like your vibe. And if you want a part two, I've got plenty more in mind. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a scent pack video. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.